Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, off here to a riveting and amazing, spectacular 1v1 here on the road to Tunis. In the west, it is me, the Imperial Dane, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 21st Panzerdivision. In the east stands Kimbo, fighting for the Commonwealth of British Army, the 7th Armoured Division, the Desert Rats, looking to push the Germans entirely out of North Africa. I'm straight off here with an infantry company start. Not really, there's many other starts here. Right into Grenadiers here with a Kettenkrad out. Going straight through the communication cables upgrade because it's just too good not to go for. So, Grenadiers start here. Pioneer space in the north here for the Wehrmacht. Germany, Deutschland. Seizing the fuel point here. Grenadiers done right then and there. And of course, out of these three battle groups, you got Mechanized with Stufe-Ds, Armoured, Panthers, Mechanized Assault, Vesper, Starstorm assault packages, all the other fun stuff. You got Tigers and the Breakthrough, Command Tanks, Mechanized Assault Groups, Incendiary Bombing Runs, Smoke Runs, Assault Packages and all that. And of course, you finally got the Fallschirmjäger, Fallschirmjägers, and the Wirbelwind battle group there. Straight ahead here, sandbags there by the munitions point here, Kettenkrad being sent southwards. Basically, I'm going to focus on the northern end of the road if possible, while, you know, trying to make as much progress as I can in the south. So there we go. Men of the 21st Panzerdivision steadily advancing. Second Grenadier Squad, they're almost halfway done, rushing towards the center. Pioneers heading for the north victory point. Grabbing the southern munitions point there. Which, of course, combined with the communication cables, gives me just a bit more munitions. Second Grenadier Squad here ready. Grabbing the northern point with our Pioneer. Staunchly standing out there in the desert sands. Going in here. I believe Kimbo's going to be popping into the building here right in front of my Grenadiers. No? No. Did not apparently. Okay. Heading for the northern point here. Typically just what happens is like when it's secured the victory point, someone's going to be popping into that building. Up north, you sabotaged casting my Pioneer Sten guns versus MP40s. As a fun fact, the Sten gun was basically just the British attempt to copy the German submachine guns and just make it cheaper and easier to make. First major heavy action here at Kimbo's infantry section here by the south road. Grenadiers pushing in here. Second Grenadier Squad as well. We've got the Kettenkrad moving forwards. Section of quick holding up here. And I see another section at the corner of my, and so of course I realize this engagement, I'm better off actually like trying to get him to attack me rather than tag into Kimbo. Because the section just can rip my Grenadiers across into, well, bits in the open terrain here. And my Grenadiers basically benefit the most from just being in heavy cover. Not because they get obviously any bonuses, but you know, they're less likely to get murdered behind heavy cover. Active squad kill there. Third Grenadier Squad setting out there to assist us on the engagement. And Kimbo, I think, will be slowly reinforcing this engagement with more troops lining up behind the heavy wall here. So it's like, you know, almost World War I style infantry charge possibly happening here. As everyone's just lining up here and they're each at their end respectively of no man's land. In this case, a small road. Very dusty. Kettenkrad coming up here, basically, you know, if he's got all of his infantry down here, he's not been defending his car point here, so just move up there, hit his resources. Another section around, yeah, it's going to get pretty intense here. Going for the Panzergrenadier Company, as I do prefer that one personally, has the Panzergrenadier, and of course has the Stug, the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung G. Kettenkrad rushing east was there, Sabba's grabbing the northern point. Also, of course, getting that one up means I get grenades and Pantherfires for my Grenadiers.
We have lost control of
So I'm just waiting for Kimbo to make the assault. And there we go, full 4 sections for king and country, lads. Oh no. And there you go, charging ahead here. I'm trying to light my Grenadiers the best so they can maybe catch the sections out of cover so they can rush forwards here. I'm also hoping that upgrade gets ready fast because the way he's bunching up a few grenades in the right place could do a lot for me. There goes Steel Hunt Grenade already here. One popped here, one popped there. Several Englishmen down, goes down. We got anti-tank rifle here from Kimbo, of course. He will likely just go for the classic British strategy at the moment, just going for a lot of sections with a lot of anti-tank rifles. But yeah, thanks to the grenades and some fast tech and just good positioning, I was able to, like, you know, deliver a fair amount of hits here to Kimbo and actually cause quite a few casualties. Despite the grenades technically not being most heavily favored, but if you know how to position, and of course you just, you know, get off the grenades fast, you can typically, like, manage something. And particularly your opponent is, like, you know, slightly slipping up here. Going for a Panther Grenadier squad here. Trying to go for Wipe here and Kimbo, but I know if I'm that lucky, I was going for the fuel point there again. Goal here is also just mess with Kimbo's economy, slow him down, ensure he can't, say, push for fast Crusader tanks. On the top of the Panther squad I'm building, I'm also quickly transferring another Grenadier squad out there. This also has another benefit, because that was a wounded Grenadier squad, so I don't have to worry about healing that one. I suddenly have 2 full health Panther Grenadier squads, allowing for a more aggressive timing push that way. Another Steel Hand Grenadier against Kimbo. Hammond explodes very excitedly. Then he's getting ready. Panzer getting northwards. Laying down some mines here. They should mean this 42. And then go low health section. You just need to get out before the Panzer Grenadiers utterly wipe it out. And Kimbo apparently was not paying attention there. Scoring me an easy kill for my Panzer Grenadier here. There you go, another infinite push here from Kimbo, catching the Pioneers in a bad spot. And ruining the mine entirely. But again, overall, just initial goals. Of course, get some wipes. Well, it's just mess with the British economy and make it as difficult as humanly possible for Kimbo to just rush ahead into, like, you know, Crusader tanks. Next goal, of course, will be to push for Stugs. 10 Krat knocked up. Pan's going for the sappers here. And also, of course, remember to go for the Panzer Grenadier officer quarters as soon as possible this time around. And not mess up like I did last time. On many other matches. Advancing through the craters here to, of course, ensure maximum coverage for my advancing Panzers against the zombies, but now there's just simply too many for them. I think from Panzer, they have a really good chance here. Just bringing in through the compound there, could flank up behind here, bunkering it off. Blows out some eardrums, but kills no Englishman. For now, I'm maintaining sort of good macro versus Kimbo, but that can, of course, always rapidly change. There we go, Panzer under the officer quarters.
Victory point lost.
Section court here, and I do believe he's, by the way, built for the training center here and basically researched the veterans up bonus there for the sections, which, besides providing with extra experience right to start with, provides a series of other bonuses from the training center. So quite powerful. It's also one of the reasons why the British, you know, are as potent as when they just go for a lot of these, because they could just, you know, quickly get them to veterans 1 as well there. Worth keeping in mind up north here. Grenadiers here, there's the tank hunter section there. Playing for a punch to assist. Pioneers right as well there. Not looking too great here. We got Grenadiers up north as the tank hunter section here. I'd probably should really, of course, go for some pillars in there. Go, another wipe. Good golly. Hitting hard here in Kimbo early on. But that said, Kimbo does some surprises up his sleeves. And should not be taken lightly, of course. But for now, I'm winning the early engagement. Of course, we've seen what happened before. So like that, you know. Doing the match between 101st Airborne and Alpen. So while I may be successful early on, that can, of course, rapidly change in the blink of an eye.
250 points left.
For now, troop reinforcing healing, going to push for a Stug, because I'm definitely expecting something to get chucked at me. Even with this kind of lead, something can always happen to throw you off guard here. Panzer squad here being slowly bled out. Already used the Mechanized assault, so I can't just easily close in there. North here, we've got the Grenadiers of the Sappers here. Grenadiers already on help, just have to retreat, because Sappers can absolutely beat Grenadiers at close range. Like, they have some insane DPS for such a unit. There we go, Grenadiers up here. I had to make a mistake getting too close here, but I think it's going to be a very illustrative example just for the power of the Sappers here. Again, Grenadiers squad versus Sappers. Already just killing one man while the Grenadiers have barely done any damage to the Sappers. And yeah, Sappers very low in health, just utterly demolish the Grenadiers without dropping a single, losing a single model themselves. So, yeah. Stug 3G on the way there. Der Sturmgeschütz 3 aus für ein G. Enforcing, I do need to get that medical station up here to heal my troops. I absolutely need that. Almost got a wipe in Kimbo, though. I mean, I'm getting a lot of wipes in the surprisingly in Kimbo.
Reporting for duty.
But there you go. Crusader anti-aircraft tank out. They equipped with a Bofors anti-aircraft gun, actually. Fun fact, that would not be the only anti-aircraft tank with a Bofors mounted in. In fact, the Swedish, the makers of the Bofors, actually had one as well in the Landsverk 2, which actually saw service with the Eastern, the minor Axis nations, specifically Hungary actually had their own version known as the Nimrod. So, fun fact. There goes Stuttgart. Panzer was about to round on it, but, I was not expecting a Centaur. Well, a Centaur Crusader tank. I don't know why I keep insisting calling it a Centaur, though. It's the Crusader anti-aircraft tank. Massive tank hunter force wing up here. While the Crusader starts across the front line, the anti-tank rifles, they can just punch through everything. There's literally nothing they can't penetrate, I think. North goes to the Sapper Seal on health. Falls back. So yeah, suddenly, Kimbo has a lot more momentum behind him now with the Crusader tank. Now backing up the anti-tank blobs. Making it hard for him to just deal with the anti-tank blobs here. And with the Might of my Sturmgeschütz. Gotta kill there. As the Stug actually now has some mild anti-infantry DPS on its gun there, or AoE. Grabbing a point in the south here. More troops out. I imagine more anti-tank rifles, of course, will be on the way here for Kimbo. But I'm forced to fall back. I still haven't upgraded that here, by the way. Bit of a mistake. Hunt's going southwards. I was honestly not expecting a Crusader tank being rushed out because it's kind of rare, but at the same time it kind of makes sense. Most rank players here would have been going for the Panther IV with such a lead, at which point they would have been vulnerable to Crusader tank rush because they'd obviously have no anti-tank weapons at all. But, I'm not anyone else. I go for the Stug. I go for the Sturmgeschütz. Because I'm a man. But anyways, Crusader tank base up north here with its Bofors gun.
To repair themselves in the field.
Got the Mechanized assault ability. Punch pushing 40 with the range a lot of anti-tank sections there. Up north gun is routed. Obviously not going to mess out with the Crusader tank there. Anti-aircraft specifically.
The enemy has taken a victory.
So that's obviously going to get very uncomfortable very fast. Second Stug on the way because, I want the Crusader tank to die. But, I also just want to, murder the infantry more efficiently. Charging against the infantry gun up here, I think, with the point-blank blast. This time around, it doesn't do as well. They tend to work better against bunched-up troops, but even then, machine gun there gets a good few bit of damage in there. Straight to mine here with the Crusader tank. I actually missed this. Didn't see that, but I wouldn't be able to exploit it anyways due to, again, all the anti-tank sections, which could have threatened to knock out my heavily damaged Stug already. So Kimbo here gains a bit of reprieve on this Crusader tank. Second Stug 3G ready. First one, by the way, is getting pretty close to Veteran G2. Loading up the Panzers to get into the front line quick, guys. Finally, I'm going for the medical station upgrade there, by the way.
We have been... Jawohl, counting down.
Tank 6 being pushed back. Almost got an anti-tank section there. 6 kills on the Stug. Second Crusader tank out here by for Kimbo, and it's worth noting he's also researched the veterancy bonuses for that one as well, the training center bonus, the upgrade there. Stug suffers a damage engine, gains the veterancy 2 here, increasing its lethality even further. But it means I can't pursue here. Quickly advancing with the Stug, of course, need to be careful not to push to fire. Also actually went for Mechanized assault here just to push in, so basically, in this case, I used it in part to help ignore the anti-tank rifle damage. If they're going to penetrate anyways, I can use the Mechanized assault ability to basically absorb some of all the damage. Plus, of course, toughen up my troops, so... It's sort of like, counter anti-tank rifle spam ability sort of softly. It doesn't really counter it in a sense, but just it means the impact of it is significantly less than it otherwise would be. Still, Kimbo, though, of course, is exploiting that the Stooks aren't highly mobile to just go about all the infantry on the flanks here, quickly pushing them back here, that way gaining fairly decent map control against me. Which is certainly fairly smart play there by Kimbo, obviously. As the Crusader anti-aircraft... The Crusader anti-aircraft tanks, as you might notice, are fairly fast. That's the whole Christie suspension there, of course. North Economies of the section there.
The enemy has claimed our territory for their own.
Still push back. Forgot to add a penalty machine gun. Though again, apparently he's also just wanting to like keep resources home for Mechanized assault. Because again, that one's going to be pretty critical. Pretty critical. I'm going for a third Stug. Because, well, I want a lot of Stugs. I want a lot of Sturmgeschütze. It's definitely the kind of thing that you want a lot of, I find, for maximum results. But the Crusader tanks are just easily able to get out of the range of my Stugs. It's a bit difficult to like hunt them down with this. Like they are again pretty bloody fast, and my Stugs are not that fast, sadly. So in a sense, the trick for me is going to be to like try and bait them into engagement and then rank them before they can get away. Maybe set up mines. Third Stug ready. South Panthers with the sappers here. Pioneers can move the point here. Good luck to fix up the Stug. I'm going to move up here because they're all nice bunched up. I'm going to try and use the point blank blast ability here. There we go. Suddenly a lot more dead Englishmen. 13 kills in the Stug. Holy smokes. That was a hit there as well. Again, Stugs, I think, are a lot better than most people give them credit for. It's just when you go for a bunch of Panther 4s. They obviously may not look as impressive, but well-handled Stugs are kind of impressive. That said, their pathing is a bit awkward. There we go, got the center tanks rushing up here, flanking my grenadiers there. Nice aggressive push by Kimbo, good use of the terrain. I think it's also one of the reasons I like Road to Tunis. It really does allow for some really great tank engagements, honestly. Like, it really rewards players who are good at maneuvering, and Kimbo is definitely maneuvering his Crusader tanks very well. So, 2 thumbs up there. Pulling back the Stugs for repairs. Very badly need repairs. I've also managed to avoid any wipes, but now Kimbo's still starting to, like, effectuate better map control. It's not quite going fully smoothly, but he's slowly getting there.
Now get back into fight.
He is slowly getting there. Also, at this point, my goal is going to end up just going for a Panther, somehow. Up north, I narrowly spot here a Churchill tank, at which point I realise things just got a lot tougher. Things just got a lot tougher. As taking on a Churchill tank with Stugs is tricky. Not impossible, but it's gonna be like, fairly difficult. The Sturmgeschütze, not Panzernackers. You do know the Sturmgeschütze role involves Panzernacking. Ach, scheiße. Churchill tank towards the center here. Close to one here. Has it not gone further? This is just not applied to calling vehicles, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, Stugs heading southwards here. Again, we got 1.5 of XC3 actually. I don't know if it actually gets there though. I've yet to get a Stug to XC3 though, I think. Yeah, triple Stug here, a small Stug platoon. Just look at it. Glorious. Tank and section into the Stug platoon here. Being absolutely party by withering machine gun fire and shells there. Instead of move too slow with the Stug here, obviously. I get a bit too greedy. The Churchill goes to the flank here. Stug standing around to try and help deal with it. The other Stug's about to get knocked out though. Desperately trying to turn around here, but the Stug is pretty sluggish. And this does cost me a veteran Stug here. The Churchill does have several side hits here from the Stugs. And the Stugs can fairly easily punch back, but again, the tank on section is another problem here. And the alarm then just, because trying to deal with this Churchill tank, the anti-tank rifle just wrecked my Stuke. The flamethrower party's doing some work. And now we got the Panzers rushing in here. A brutal engagement. Now the Crusader tanks are moving up as well here. End up losing 2 Stukes here. I could have handled that engagement, I think, a lot better. Could also just, you know, pop Mechanized assault here. Either way, though, I kind of messed up there a bit. And Kimbo punished me for it. I got a bit too greedy, a bit too confident. And he just slapped me down for it there. Cost me the Vetchi 2 Stuke, which again was fairly close to Vetchi 3. Still, the Churchill tank took a fair amount of damage from the Stukes here. But the Crusader tanks, of course, now more or less free to roam against my remaining infantry here. I do wonder what their veterancy ability is. And just grab Northern Victory Point back here. We got 106 now versus 382 and 380. Kimbo slowly sort of bleeding me out here. In the south, trying to get the point here. He's caught by the sappers as they push for the southern point here. Straight to mine, losing quite a few grenadiers here. Just 1.5 command point away there from a Panther. Eine Panzerkampfwagen 5, which really didn't see any service in Tunisia. Tiger did, but not Panthers. Theoretically, I suppose, like, the war had lasted long enough. Maybe they could have brought down some Panthers there, but, you know, a bit ahistorical, I suppose. But not the worst, I suppose, either. Anyways, rushing themselves to the Panzergrenadier. So yeah, the trick is going to be staying alive until I get the Panther. Going in for another Stuke meanwhile. Yeah, relatively cheap in terms of fuel, just 50 fuel, which is a bit cheaper than the Crusader tank, actually. Going to mine here, another mine there. At least I was able to spread out the Panzer sufficiently there. Yeah, I'm expecting to rush in the Crusaders to try and rush the Stuke southwards here to try and catch them. There you go, good shot. Second Stuke arriving.
We have lost control of a victory point. Where's that coming from?
Churchill tank going forward, close to 82 on that Churchill as well, which is self-repairing. Let's briefly did. Rushing in the other Stuke from the north. Crusaders slamming away at my Panzers here, trying to get the other Stuke to safety. It's not going well, though. It's not going well. Good shot there. Second Stuke from the north there. Good shot into the side of the Churchill. Crusaders routing my Panzers here. Churchill deploying smoke here. Massive, thick smoke screen here that actually makes it difficult for me to, like, you know, target it here with the Stuke. And now I try to get out, but the Stuke's pathing, well, go very, very pear-shaped here. I'm desperately trying to salvage my Stukes. Now we got the Crusaders rushing in here to go for the rearm of it. Basically a really messy engagement with something popping smoke. And the other one, trying to save the other one here, but it's not looking great here. I'm pretty getting kind of close there to the Panther. And there we go. With the loss of the Stuke, I get the command points for the Panther. And I have the resources for the Panther. I just need to press the buttons. I said I need to press the buttons. There we go. Panther arriving here. Just look at that. Model D, early model, mostly accurate. For some reason they forgot to add in the whole machine gun, though that was a bit of an awkward whole machine gun it had, so I don't know. But I'll wait, very nicely detailed Panther here, the Panzerkampfwagen 5, Ausführung D, which was the first model of Panther with quite a few issues. Turret was hand cranked, amongst other things, and they had some significant reliability issues, including if the tank tilted at the wrong angle, the engine would burst into flames. Fun stuff. That's it. It's also throughout the entire war. Quickly breaching the building here. Got the Churchill tank moving up here. Got the Crusaders on one side, Churchill on the other side here. Still going for the Churchill tank alongside the Panther. I'm not too concerned about the Crusaders vis-a-vis my tanks. It's a Churchill tank that's sort of the bigger issue due to its fairly significant size and thick hide. Panther going for the Churchill tanks, or Crusaders. Shots just bouncing. I mean, just look at that. Just look at it. So many shots bouncing. It's glorious. Stuke there needs some repairs pretty badly again. Good shot from the Panther there. Stuke being pushed back further. Pioneers retreating to the base here. Panther Despite the reverse order, he just decided to do a 180-degree turn, causing me quite a bit of frustration. And just pop smoke, then disengage with the Panther. Grab these 10 points here. For those wondering, where's the pinman machine gun? Model Ds did not have those, actually. This combined again with the odd pinman or hull machine gun, they definitely make them stand out a bit in a sense. East side, we got the Crusaders here going for the exposed infantry. I sent somebody to maybe flank one of them at least here. Churching backed up with the Coh in the center. We've got 93-25, but he's definitely starting to turn a pretty aggressive quarter here. And he's right here with the Crusaders. Panthers doing move towards the center. And then we got a second Churchill tank up by from. That's 2 Churchill tanks here for Kimbo. Duke's about to get knocked out. He needs to get it out of there. Panthers, close to veterans, one up here in the east. He's caught up with the Crusaders. Unleashing a storm of anti-aircraft fire there and kicking up a lot of dust, as you can see there. And now we got the Churchill tank charging in here. Stu, Panther flying away there. Churchill down to half health here. Panther probably here. Mechanized assault again to try and keep my arm a bit more alive here. Again, help negate the anti-tank rifles. Panther taking a few hits here. But as long as I keep the front towards the enemy tanks, it can pretty much, like, bounce most things could reliably, except, you know, anti-tank rifle shots, because they could pretty much, at this stage in the game, knock out a bloody Abrams. At which point, of course, the Americans would like to research what the hell those anti-tank rifle rounds are made of. And, of course, enlarging it. Mr. President, we have discovered what they're using for it. What is it? Stale cake. What? Stale cake. Damn. Secure all of the stale cake for the US Army. Yes, sir. What about the Marines? They'll probably eat it. Your Panther heavily damaged. You need repairs. Half HVets need too, though. I need a lot of Pioneers.
Ability unlocked.
And more Panthers. South here, we got the Crusaders again looking to lock down any infantry move here. Do manage to pick up an anti-tank rifle. Light shot there. Basically fixing up the Panther. I think I'm actually prioritizing another Panther over more Pioneers to fix the first one. So for the Stuka active position this pretty poorly. As you might notice, they are placed in a way where it really has no way to get out of a bad spot. Panthers rushing forwards again here. Both closing in on Mechanized 3 here.
We have been granted a Panther tank.
Churchill tank here closing in on Mechanized 3. Second Panther ready here. There we go. Again, Mechanized assault. Helps compensate for the really slow repair speed of the Pioneers. But also, of course, boost the infantry while they're near the tanks. Like, they become much harder to kill and move faster. So, it's a pretty good, like, combined arms ability to, like, really help you support making an attack here, by the way. But for now, due to current circumstances, I'm primarily just using it as a way to get my tanks going. There you go. Panther wing forwards. Dinged out, but good to fight once more for Deutschland. Churchill rushing forwards once more into the line of fire. The Panther, we got the Crusaders here blasting at the Gunners in the center. Panthers pushing forward for Deutschland, and we got a third Churchill tank here. Keep that gun firing! God, I love the Panthers' lines. Absolutely love it. Closing in to that Panther. Closing in, closing in. Tank in the section, popping to the building. Yeah, trying to flank around here. Once more, good to go here. Close to 82 on that one. Building close to collapsing here. I'm just going to wreck it, I believe, at this point with my Panthers. Just had enough of it. Stu getting blasted, moved it too far ahead here. Getting pummeled by the 2 Churchill tanks. Damage engine their Panthers so close to 82, but also close to exploding. And I think Kimbo's going to try and push for the Churchill tank to go for kill here. Going hard. But again, the Panthers armor holds. Had this been Companies 2, that Panther would have been dead long ago against that many Churchill tanks. But this is Companies 3 where frontal armor matters, except of course against anti-tank rifles, but against most other things that aren't anti-tank rifles, that frontal armor actually bloody well matters. God, does it feel good. Does it ever feel good? Smoke again here, really powerful save there for the Churchill tank. It's just like, it's not just a small cloud, it's like a massive fog. I make a mistake with this dude costing it. I'm trying to push in the Panther. In fact, I'm about to lose the Panther as well here because, you know, sometimes I do make some really bad assessment in the south here. Gonna be easily caught by the Crusaders. Executed there. North Korean style. Graham Northern Ponty with the Panzergrenadier. Holding back the Panther's repairs. And I'm just churning out a lot of Pioneers. I've theoretically gone for like a third Panther. The thing is, I would like to keep the other Panthers going there. Goes pushing in there with the Churchill tanks to the base here. I'm trying to get as much space in there. And I think... Oh, I already popped the focus fire bullets here, but I pop it on the other Panther, which increased the rate of fire. And actually, there you go. Shot bounces. And the Panthers take out the Churchill tank. That was really close.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
So yeah. Panthers are actually good in Companies. Actually good.
Panther reporting.
Even like kept decent anti-infantry performance. Oh, I think it's not quite here being shown properly. Oh wait, fixing up the Panthers. Like, I need 3 Pioneers to like repair them at like any decent pace. Like the Pioneers are just not exactly efficient at repairing stuff at the moment. Not exactly efficient. Ground Southern Ponty with the tank under section.
Panther reporting. Panther reporting.
So we've got 265 versus 72. Kimbo's holding on, but I am slowly turning the corner again here with the power of Krupp steel and Pulse engines.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
And the problem for Kimbo right now is he just lacks something to finish off. My Panthers, like, all of the stuff he's got is basically too slow to, like, quickly flank the Panthers and knock them out. To sort of reliably damage him, because, again, the frontal armor can, like, bounce most shots. Like, again, there'll be shots to get through, but, like, you know, more often than not, the shots won't get through. I'm building a bunker here. Part of me's thinking repair bunker, but I do actually end up going for a medic bunker because, you know, part of me thinks, like, you know, if this is going to go on for much longer, the casualty recovery is going to be pretty handy to have. Building knocked out here. I'm just sick and tired of British troops popping out of it. Sneak up troops for the southern victory point here. We got 253-72 here. Panther slow moving towards 53. Yes, Basso. Panther is the tank hunter section here. Panther's been caught out in the open here. Virtually free, actually. Not very often you get in there, obviously. Bit of damage up here. And again, we got the Crusader tanks at it, including one Knight Veteran C2. South here, Czech tank going for the exposed punch in the south here. 60 versus 253. Panthers is engaging a bit here. I don't want to risk overextending the Panthers, since if they do get pelted and suffer the damage in the wrong time, they can quickly go down. And again, keep in mind, the anti-tank rifles do not care currently about the front line of the Panthers here. It's like, you know, I could quickly risk a lot of damage in the Panthers. There we go again, like that's like a notable chunk of health they're gone. And suddenly the Panthers just like lost almost half health there from just these 3 sections, so... Didn't help, of course, to turn around at the wrong time, but... I have to be careful with these Panthers there. Quickly smoke here. Kimbo charging forward to a lot of, honestly, heavily damaged sections there. Kind of risky. They don't stand a chance. I really like the Panther. In terms of like voice acting and voice lines. He is great. 230 versus 57 here. Kimbo's holding on here. Like a cat holding on to a piece of chicken. He is refusing to let go. Panther's being fixed up rapidly. And I'm closing in on a 3rd Panther. Yes, you heard that correctly. 3rd Panther. Tank in section as the 2 Panthers out in the open. Again, Mechanized Assault helps negate a lot of the anti-tank rifle damage. Otherwise...
Alarm! All victory points are under enemy control. Enemy forces have claimed our territory.
Panther slowly getting ready here.
We are down to 200 points.
Panther, for some reason, keep hitting up on this particular piece of terrain here instead of like blasting the sections out there. A bit of unfortunate there. Really awkward there with all these shots just hitting that particular set of rocks. Get too close here, that was a mistake by me. But again, 2 Vetchi, 2 Panthers there is definitely not great news there for Kimbo. Nor will be the incoming 3rd Panther. We've got the Crusaders there moving in the south. We've got all the Pioneers rushing for the Sun Victory Point here. So they push it from the 21st Panzer Division. 7th Panzer going to be a company here, backed up by all these Panthers. And there you go, 3rd Panther. I think this is also so far the highest number of Panthers I've so far had in a match of Company 3. There you go, 3rd Panther out. Flashing this 3rd Panther southwards here. Other 2 disengaging for now. North is into a mine here. Flashing fortune to 2 Panthers here. The assaults are not pretty for the tank hunter section. In the south here, the assaults are not pretty for that one either. Panther almost wipes them.
Now is the time for action. The enemy has only 50 points left.
Panther rolling ahead here. Again, I get too close. I really have a bad habit of that. North here, we got the Crusader tank going for the Panther Grenadiers here. South, Church is moving forwards. Crusaders rushing northwards, hard aggressive here. First of on the other. Pushing the center train to the victory point into the Panthers line of fire. The Panther goes there. We got shots fired here. We got the 3rd Panther now reinforcing the center here. There he goes. Sappers being obliterated. Now the Church tank is under scrutiny from all 3 Panthers. 7th Armoured Division looks like to get ready for one last push. It's death or glory here. Damaging the Panther here. The Panthers are absorbing the hits. Pioneers taking losses. But the Panthers stand. They refuse to yield. The tank hunter sections keep up the push. And Mechanized Assault ensures the anti-tank rifles cannot push through this wall of cooked steel. So yeah, that's basically my counter to anti-tank rifle spam. It's just Mechanized Assault. You just keep churning out there when you like having an engagement with them.
Engines warm and guns are cooked. Get us moving.
Other Panther need repairs. Others 2 heading southwards. Looking to try and catch any British armor here. Panther going to be rushed northwards. Both. One is basically already ace-level, the other one's closer. So yeah. I would definitely say that Panthers in Company 3 are pretty good. Pretty good. Much, much better than they were when Company 2. And there we go. There we go. Well, we can get to like the end screen here. So anyways, that sort of is it there. And again, to like sort of further highlight the impact of the Panthers there. Boom. They definitely made an impact there. So, hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, you can subscribe, like, share, all that. Consider donating to support the Propagandacaster, it's all worth it. Or pledge on Patreon. Or if you're sort of looking at this thinking, wow, this looks great, I'd really like to buy it, you can do so on the link in the comments. Use the Coh3 fees there and get a small cut of the sale. But our way there. Hope you enjoyed this match, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.